We turn to the artists, don't we? Musicians, actors, writers, directors, creators and performers. It's not just that which is created that fascinates, captivates. It's the artists themselves. Don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of the cult of celebrity. I've never been a devoted follower of anyone, really, even when I was a kid. Making idols has never been my thing, but I can think of a handful of musicians and actors who have fascinated me for a long time. I won't name names, but it might be worth saying that most of the artists I'm personally interested in are dead, some having passed away more recently than others. So, at one time or another, I've found myself asking the question, what is it that draws me to certain people who've spent a fair amount of time in the public eye? It's not that I'm impressed by fame or money, but I do see that my favourites do have some things in common. They made it all the way to the top in terms of popularity. They fell off and they fell hard. They tried to rehabilitate, not just themselves in the physical and emotional sense, but in terms of public image. And they struggled with addictive behaviours. I can definitely relate to that last one. Also, the people I tend to be drawn to happen to be ruthlessly honest to the extent that they will show you the nasty side of their characters. The nastiness I don't respect. However, some people you can sense strongly as being horribly insincere, and there's nothing attractive about that. So there is something attractive about people who are blunt and honest. Whether a person has success or not in life can come down to a lot of factors, complex moving parts. Some never catch a break, others achieve relative success. A select few get a rocket strapped to their back and sent to the moon. And when some folks fall spectacularly, the vultures of the gutter press circulating as they fall, some might view them, these people who have fell, as spoilt brats or perhaps delusional idiots who bought into their own public image. But the more fleshed out and the more accurate and interesting chain of events that lead to rises and falls, that's where you see human beings in the hurricane. That's what's really fascinating. I get no sense of pleasure seeing formerly successful and very famous individuals scratching around near the bottom in dire financial situations, their work, if they can get any, not being held in the same regard as it once was. However, seeing a person go through painful, stressful, sometimes scary shit, and then seeing them come out on the other side of it, damaged, changed, but still moving forward, still trying to function in a cold and harsh environment, that's admirable. It just is. I've heard people say before, some artists, I mean, in interviews, that there's no such thing as bad publicity. Of course that's wrong. I think it's often said by those who are worried that they're slipping off the radar. I wonder if it's not the case that many artists are overexposed, and I mean that as directly relates to the internet and social media, but not just that. The world culturally has changed a fair bit in the last 30 to 40 years. Media has evolved, attitudes have shifted. I think a significant amount of protection has been eroded away for artists in high places, so to speak. people have become more accessible, more exposed, so a lot of the mystery surrounding charismatic artists has died a death, has it not? There is resistance to this, but I feel the die might be cast. Almost anyone can see behind the curtain now if they want to get a peek.